Boom, 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 boom. Hey kids, Pez Through the Ages here. My name is Brian Trauman. We've got a Facebook page and a YouTube channel. Talk a little bit about Darth Vader. There are lots of different variations out there. These are 7 of them, and I'm sure you're going to find some others. There are ones with and without made in countries or different patent numbers or blah, blah, blah. But here's some ones that are more obviously different. Let's start with 1997. We get the original Darth Vader on a somewhat dull helmet. That was his name, by the way, before he changed it to Darth Vader, was dull helmet. This one is on a 4.9 China stem. Starting off with Lucasfilm on the back, 1997 copyright, and the 4-leaf spring. Just your typical 3 little white dots here. Watch for a change later on a dull version, 1997. In 2003, Pez comes out with the crystal version. A crystal version on the stand. So it's on a no-foot stem. This one happens to be 4.9 Slovenia, which means I should look for an upside-down R, and it's fine. It's not upside down. We're all pretty excited about this. Only available on Pez.com until later. They started showing up without the stand with 1 roll of candy in some of the Dollar Store or Dollar General or whatever they are stores. The first of many where we said, wait, I thought these were collector's items only, and now you're mass marketing them. All right, lesson learned. Until we didn't remember that lesson, and we continue to fall for that trick. Still, to this day. But we still do it, we love it, and I love having the stand. So, then what happens? In 2012, so we had to wait 9 years for a slight revamp. This is on a 5.9 Hungary. Still Lucasfilm on the back. And this is a shinier version. And it's not just that the first one's dirty, because it is, but the one on the left is dull and the one on the right is shiny. I'm not the only one who's noticed, so you can go ahead and take my word for it. Thank you. Then in 2015, we get this guy on a footed stem. Now, I think these are the same. I think if we flip them around, we're going to see the 1997 Lucasfilm, and there it is. There may be some differences. 7.5 Hungary, and I like it. I don't know about you, but I like it. I think this came in the tin. I can't really remember that far back. It's 2015. Then, in the same year, 2015, we get this guy. I'm getting... there we go. 2015 is, can we focus? Thank you, cameraman. We get a different version of the shiny guy. Let's move this guy up. And what you see is a slightly different helmet, maybe a sadder smile, right? And differences on the dots. That's probably the easiest way to spot this from afar, is you get the big dots on the bottom of the mouthpiece and small here on the right. That's about it. It's a rounder helmet. I tend to think it's fatter at the tip. No jokes, please. Thank you. And if we flip it around, what do we see? We're on a LFL, which means laughing on the floor loudly, I believe. It might mean Lucasfilm's Limited, but my guess is it's laughing on the floor loudly, because that's how Darth Vader would live his life, loudly. And then... that's 5 of the versions. Let's go back to 2000 and something. I bought this in 2009 from somebody with special connections inside the factory in Slovenia. And so I'd called this a test piece back then. But now, you know, these pieces are somewhat more common. I don't know that we have a clear stem out there like this, but the dory and the fishbowl stuff started with the clear stems. I think that was the first of them, aside from these kind of things. So it's very similar, if not identical, to the Lucasfilm crystal Darth Vaders. But here we've got a crystal stem. You can see the spring inside, and it's footed, and it looks pretty cool. And I have one, and you don't, and that's how exciting it is to me. I would have put the value, I think I paid close to $100, and now that makes me sad. Now, and last is the resin. This is the older version. This is the, what would say 1997 or Lucasfilm Limited on the back. This resin means that the stem is unimportant. This is just made as a mold to see what's going on. How does the plastic fill the injection mold machine, and you can see bubbles that formed, indicating where they needed to maybe poke some holes in the mold or something to let the air out. Jeez, Brian. So let's see, if I look at the bottom, doesn't really show me, but you would have expected a hole in the mold where those bubbles form to let the air out. This, again, where did I get this one? Good, I did not keep track, but these resins, I've shown you some others in other videos. They're interesting, they're fun pieces of history. Unfortunately, I don't have a story to go with this. Just watch out. I think the understanding is you want some bubbles in there, so it looks at least like it's more legitimate than ones that were made after the fact and don't have the bubbles, indicating that it may not have been made at the Pez factory in the Pez mold. That's it, guys. I think that's it for my Darth Vaders. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, whatever you like. Bye.